Alright, hey everyone. This might not look like France, but I'm gonna recap my experience in France because, turns out everything's corrupted or something, or not here. So, but I don't want to leave everyone hanging here. Just because people might be interested, I'm here. I'm actually in Thailand doing the Mae Hong Son Loop, and I'm just at a hot springs, but I just felt compelled. I've been lazy enjoying this hot spring to wrap this up, but not really that pertinent to this story. But yeah, so I spent 4 nights in France. It was a lot of fun. It was one of the more interesting experiences I've had, both the bad ones I've had, but two of maybe a handful of bad experiences I had were both in France. So, maybe that's what they say about the French. I don't know. But yeah, so I spent 4 nights. First night, I got in there. Just went to like a club. Nothing crazy. But that was my first time experiencing like a European club. So it was pretty interesting, where you stay out till 5 for literally no reason, where you could, same as 2 in the US, but they're doing their thing over there, just ruining people's sleep for no reason, for fun. The interesting thing from that night is, dude, someone just tried to fight me. It was like the most bizarre thing. Outside of the club at, well, let's say like 4 a.m. I'm just talking to some people I went with, and then some other random French people. Some guy just comes behind me and hits me in the head, dude. And then luckily, I think, he was talking in French, so I think the person I was talking to, was like, dude, what, was already in front of him, like, yo, what's going on? And so were his friends, because, like, I was like, dude, what do I've never, like, just encountered, like, it was the most bizarre, like, always doing, never met the guy, never talked to him, didn't do anything, didn't, like, most unprovoked altercation I've ever been in my life. I mean, honestly, honestly, it is wild. But, hey, that's the French, I guess. I don't know. And then, then I slept. I had to change hostels, and then went on a walking tour the next day, which was down in near the Notre Dame, which is under construction. So, as you can see, it is not what it once was pre-fire, but I think they're going to make it like the old one, but with some updated fires, because it burned down, for people who don't know. And then just some stops around there, which was nice. And next day, Louvre all day. Met just randomly some guy in my hostel, and his brother. And I mean, that was fascinating. As it's something that, everyone should probably do, because, if you look at it, they won. A lot of the European, they definitely won their time period, and they took a lot of the cool stuff. So you got to go there to see it. Very similar to the British Museum. There's just some timeless stuff. But the Louvre is cool, is because I believe it used to be a palace as well. So you also just have like a little bit of palace feel, museum. I mean, as you can say, can't do Louvre in a day. But I hit what I wanted. Like I pretty much I didn't get to spend as much time in the French art sections, but if I had to miss one, it would probably be the British art section. I still walked through it, and I walked through most sections. But it was really interesting. And then the next day I just walked around a bunch, which is, well, I later found, like, that's the thing to do. I think that was the first, well, no, I walked around the whole time, but I mean, I literally just walked around. I was like, I'm not using the subway, which I had been using with their little tickets. I don't know, which is weird there in Paris for some reason. But yeah, I walked to this church, and I was like, oh, why is everyone, like, I was like, no one's gonna be here. I got up there, everyone just takes a trolley up. I was like, no one, because no one was on my route, but I did walk in But I got really lucky, dude, because the guy I happened to go to the Louvre with was also there, which was awesome. So I cut in line with him and his buddy. I don't know, I feel weird just barging on people for multiple days. Like I don't know, still to this day, I still don't understand. Like, I don't, like, I'm solo, I don't want to like barge on people's, whole trip plans. So I don't know the right thing. Still to this day, this is like 3 months, 4 months later. But yeah, and then right after that was probably right after the church, finished the church up, ate. And then I was walking down and literally this guy comes up with the bracelet. Like, I think everyone's heard of this scam where like try to put a bracelet. I'm like, no. They're like, no, yes. And then, continues, just keeps on. I'm like, no. And just continues on. And eventually just pretty much grabs my hand, puts it on. And then like 5 other dudes just surround me and just kind of like, I don't know, like, they didn't push me. They didn't but they surrounded me. Maybe they pushed me a little. I was just like, sat there like, am I about to get pickpocketed? Just set my hands. Like, I know they can't just beat me up. I'm in the middle of this church with hundreds of people around. That's what I was like, is everyone else just letting this happen? Like, what is going on? The French. No, that was the most bizarre thing, because like, that wasn't even like, it wasn't just some random drunk person. It was like, that was their whole thing. Their whole get up was to intimidate people for money, I guess. Like, and then eventually they put it on me, and I was like, no, they take this back. And then literally within 1 second, shoop, it did. Like, the not work was, they knew what they were doing. Sit there, intimidate. I don't know, like, I think it might have been intimidation for some money, or then maybe into a pickpocket, or I think it had to be pickpocket. Like, there's just no way, like, and then, because then you could easily, it'd be like, well, who took it? There's 5 guys, or there were 6, now there's 5. We don't have it. But I don't know. It was, I mean, it really, I almost made a video. I just went in like a nearby church and like chilled out. Because I mean, I don't know, like within 2 bad experiences there. And that's literally, like I said, the only 2 bad, like, and then back to back, both in Paris. I've had, I mean, it's a video on Paris, so I won't go into other ones. But yeah, it was bizarre, absolutely bizarre. And yeah. But yeah, I just continue to walk around, visit other churches. Beautiful. I mean, apps, just incredible. And you can just go in for free, give a little donation. But yeah, it is. But you can tell it's too bad. I mean, it's too bad. I think this is, that it's a beautiful setup. The layout of Paris is absolutely amazing. But it's just like, it still left me with like, I don't know. I didn't do a lot of things, so I definitely could go back and do a bunch, but it's definitely not at the top of my list, even though I only spent 4 nights, which is not enough. But I don't know. One of the biggest things since I've learned is, evidently Japanese people come over and they have to have therapy over there because they have such a high expectation. And then they get over there and it's dirty, it's crowded, people are everywhere, people are rude, trying to scam you and all this stuff. And they have to have therapy because they have such a high expectation. Like, that's wild. I didn't have that, luckily. But it was, a little underwhelming, I would say. So, and my expectation was not that high. So, but overall still good.